So it's October, it's spooky season, and I want to talk about things that are spooky to hairdressers. For my next few videos, I'd like to have a little bit of fun. The first thing I want to talk about, most cosmetologists are basically taught to avoid depilatory creams. Like Nair, but what is a depilatory cream? And why do hairstylists avoid it? Well, the funny thing is about Nair and depilatory creams is the reason hairstylists are afraid of it, or afraid of the idea of it, is because anytime Nair is brought up, the first thing that we think of is what we're told in cosmetology school, that if you mix perms and relaxers, it's going to create Nair. Like if you put a relaxer on permed hair or a perm on relaxed hair, even if it's not the same day, that hair is just going to melt away. And in my next video, we're going to explore that. But I really just want to talk about this, what it is and who it may or may not be for. What it is a mixture of alkaline ingredients that are really good at dissolving keratin. They're really great at hydrolyzing keratin or liquefying it, and really not much else. So it's not going to burn through a plastic bottle. It's not going to burn through a table, but it's really good at dissolving hair. Since skin is also largely composed of keratin, it can irritate the skin if left on for too long, but most creams like this one really recommend only to be left on about 10 minutes. So like any good scientist, we've got to test this stuff. I got to make sure I've got a timer going, okay? And I'll show you how this works. Throw my leg on up there. So as a depilatory cream sits on the skin, it slowly just starts dissolving the keratin. One of the cool things about this is, as I've talked about in previous videos, the new growth of your hair is much softer than the hair that has grown out and is more established. So that's the hair that's going to break off first, and even just below the surface. While I sit and let that marinate, we'll check the time. We're good. We'll talk a little bit more about the pros and cons of depilatory creams. If you have skin that is prone to discoloration from waxing and razor bumps or ingrown hairs, depilatory creams can be a good solution for hair removal. Now, if you do leave this on too long, it is going to irritate the skin, and sometimes your skin may be just too sensitive for a depilatory cream. Here's a hair swatch that's usually used to test colors out. Here is that same hair swatch after 10 minutes just sitting in this Nair, in this depilatory cream. And you can see, look at this, that hair is still coming apart and breaking up. Just melted right off. Look at the comparison of the two. And just to compare, I also took that same swatch and put it in a sodium hydroxide relaxer for 20 minutes, which is the normal fully recommended processing time. And it's still strong and healthy feeling. Yeah, it's not as nice as that virgin hair. It's also still a little bit damp, but it's certainly not in nearly as bad a shape as the one that was sitting in the hair dissolver. So with hair removal creams, you really want to follow manufacturer's directions. You want to make sure that you're using the product for the amount of time intended on the body parts intended. They have special formulations for different parts of the body, like head and face and more sensitive areas. So make sure you've grabbed the right one and you're using it as directed. But I think the biggest drawback to depilatory creams is the smell. I don't care how nice they smell. This smells nice all by itself. It's got the little pictures of the aloe on there. Not bad. But on your skin, as they're dissolving the hair, oh, they are so gross. All right, let's see how we did. Are you ready for the big reveal? That's kind of gross. Now what am I going to do with this big blank spot on my leg? Ooh, that's smooth. It doesn't feel whiskery or anything either. It's nice, but this smells like rotten eggs on a sewer grate. It's so bad. For skin that can't be shaved or waxed, there's a third option, depilatory creams. Just be forewarned, they smell bad. Now you saw how long that processed on my leg. The last thing I want to add in this video is it possible, like the urban legend, for someone to mistake this as shampoo and for them to lose their hair? They smell so bad. They smell alarmingly bad once they start dissolving the hair. So I would think that once that was on someone's hair, that it would get rinsed off right away. And they really do take at least a couple minutes to work. I find it unlikely that if you were to try to prank someone that it would work. I doubt it would even make it to their head. But don't do it. Use only as directed and be kind. Don't prank each other with hair removal creams. I know it's Halloween and all, but there are better ways to prank people. Next time, I'm going to ask and answer the question, can you make Nair by mixing perms and relaxers? If you want to see that, tune in a couple days when I post that video. Meanwhile, hit the like button, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next chemistry experiment, and check out some of my other videos. I'll see you next time.